Hey everyone, so in this video I'm going to upgrade the hard drive storage on my PS4 Slim. Currently I have a 1 terabyte hard drive and that equates to about 800 gigabytes usable. And of that 800 gigabytes, I have about 60 gigabytes of free space left usable. And I'm going to want to expand that storage, and to do that I bought this 4 terabyte Samsung solid state drive. So with the solid state drive, I hope to see faster load times since all my games are digital, and faster multitasking when I'm pressing like the PS Home button while I'm like in a game. And 4 terabytes is just so that I don't have to deal with any more storage issues. I think I'll have about 3.5 terabytes usable by the time this is done installed. So I'll link in the description. I bought this one off Amazon. This one was about $449, so which is about a little over $100 a terabyte. But they also have it in 2 terabytes and 1 terabyte. So if you want to just get the benefit of the SSD. And yeah, so to do this, we're just going to need a few tools. Basically, a Phillips screwdriver, a little small crosshead, not a full-size one, but let's say like a one for a small phone repair or something like that. And we're going to need a USB flash drive for the firmware. It doesn't have to be too big, just about maybe a gig or two in size. We're going to format that to FAT32. If you want to back up some of your stuff, you'll need another flash drive. We're going to format that as well. And so I'm going to show you that in this next part right here coming up. Alright, so we are going to take our first USB flash drive. For me, this one's a 4 gigabyte USB flash drive, and I'm just going to format it, show you how to get it ready. So you're going to do the same process for the other flash drive if you want to back up some of your stuff. Now, the backing up is only important if you want to save some of your profile settings, your user settings, like your themes and stuff like that, but it will not back up any games. For the games, you'll have to re-download them through PSN with your internet. So I'm going to insert the flash drive to my computer, and then I'm going to wait for it to pop up. So here it is. Right now it says 4 gigabyte USB, folder's empty. There's nothing on it right now, but just in case, if you have something on it, you're going to want to copy everything onto it from it and copy it onto your computer if you care about those files. If you don't, you're just going to go ahead and format it right here like I am by pressing right click. We're going to go to format, and then we'll pick the total capacity. FAT32 is what's important, and here I usually just click default allocation size. Click format is checked. You can rename it if you want, and then click start. It's going to warn you that it's going to erase everything on this disk. That's why I said back it up earlier. And then we press OK, and then it's going to format complete, and then we can close out of this window. And so now I believe if I open it back up, I go to this PC, open this up right here. So you see that it says folder empty. There's currently nothing on it. I'm going to go to properties, and you'll see that it is FAT32 system. So you're done with the formatting process. Now you're going to also do this to the other flash drive that you have if you want to back something up. So literally just eject this current one, and then put the other one right in. And I'll just go ahead and show you with this one too, in case anybody's confused later on. This one's also empty, but I'm going to go ahead, same thing, right click, format, FAT32. You'll see this one I have a 32 gigabyte flash drive, and this is just a backup. There's going to be stuff from like the videos, like a capture gallery. So yeah, default allocation size, quick format, start, okay, let it do its thing. This might take a little bit longer because it's a bigger size flash drive. Alright, now it's done. Hit OK. And again, I can check this one. I go this PC right here, file mate, right click, hit properties, FAT32. So we're done. You can basically close that one out, and we're out of there. Alright, so now I'm going to show you how we download the firmware for the PS4 OS, and we're going to download it and store it onto our 4 gigabyte or our firmware flash drive. So I'm going to hit the right click right here, and I'm going to go to new folder, and in all caps I'm going to type PS4, and then within this folder I'm going to do another new folder, all caps, update. Okay. Alright, so we have our USB flash drive plugged into the computer. This is the 4 gigabyte one that I'm using, the one that I'm using for the firmware. So we see that the PS4 folder and the update folder is there. So now what I want to do is I just want to open a web browser. and I'm gonna search up PS4 update download. And then we'll see here, we'll verify the website playstation.com. This is English US, so I'm gonna use this one. You might use a different one. It might be like Asia, Canada, or European Union or something like that. So I'm gonna click on this right here. And this is where you wanna be careful, because we want to download this right here, the PS4 reinstallation file. This is gonna be the full firmware, and this is gonna be a bigger file. This is just the update from, like, let's say 7.5 to 8. Or something like that. And if you put this on an empty hard drive or solid state drive, it won't work. So download PS4 reinstallation file. And then this is going to be in 4GB PS4 update, and it's going to be called PS4 update. So I'm going to save, and then it's going to start the download. This one is going to be a much bigger file size than this one. So this will be about 1 GB in size. This one will be a lot smaller, some megabytes or so. So we can go to show all downloads, and then we'll see right here, it's going to take us about 5 minutes to download. This is about 1 GB right there. So we'll let that finish. Alright, so now that that's done, we can verify that it's where we want it to be. So I went to show in folder. Again, it's on the root of the flash drive, PS4, update, PS4 update.pup. So this is basically done. We can then close out of everything, eject the flash drive, and we can continue on the PS4. Alright, so now that we got the backup flash drive formatted, so this is the 32GB one, I'm going to show you how to back up some of the files on your PS4. And this is only important for smaller files. If you want to back up full games, you're going to need something way bigger than 32GB, because PS4 games are pretty big. So I'm going to go ahead and put this flash drive into one of the USB ports, and I'm going to switch over to the TV. Alright, so with our backup flash drive inside, we're going to go to settings. We're going to go to devices really quick, and we're going to go to USB storage devices. I just want to make sure that it's registering, or it's reading. So there's USB disk 2.0, and we see that about 31 GB is free. And so I'm just going to back up. So I believe we go to System, Backup and Restore. And then we go to Backup PS4, and you can read it. It says Backup applications and data in system storage to a USB storage device. So we click on that for Backup PS4, and we let it work for a little bit. And then it says something about trophy information. It's only really stored through the internet on PSN, so I'll just let that worry about something else. So now it says the following data will be backed up. So now we're going to choose. So see, in applications, I need about 765 GB to be able to back all that up. But you notice that it says there's not enough free space on the USB storage device with the little exclamation triangle right there. So I need to uncheck all of these. Deselect all, deselect all, confirm. I'm not going to back up any of my applications. I'm just going to re-download them with internet. And here, save data, I do want that stored, backed up. And then some captures, I do want all that video stored. And then themes, about 1 GB, and my settings, about 9 MB. So you'll see that it doesn't have that little not enough storage space logo anymore. Now it says there will be about 3 GB free after backing up. So I'm going to go to next, and it's just going to give it like a name and a description, but I don't really care to edit any of that, so I'm just going to hit backup. And then it says preparing to back up, and then after this we'll see how long it'll actually take to back up. Alright, so the backup is finished. So you see that the size of the backup was actually 27 GB. The thing is, that's only because I had a lot of files in my capture gallery and I chose to back them up. If you guys want to speed up this process, you can choose to skip that, and then everything else will be fairly small in size and a quicker backup. Also, I use USB 2.0. If you use USB 3.0, it's a lot faster. So now I'm just going to press the PS button, to use the controller and then press X on OK. PS4 is going to restart. Alright, so the PS4 is back on, and we actually can turn it off from here. We've got our backup finished and ready, so I'm just going to go ahead and turn off the PS4, and I'm going to continue on the PS4 itself. Alright, so here I am back on the PS4. First I powered off the PS4. Now I'm going to unplug it from the back and remove the hard drive. So I'm going to show you how to do that right now.
Alright, so I don't have the sick equipment that I normally do to show you guys like from first person how I do this, but I'm going to try to make do with this video. And so here we go. This is the PS4 Slim, and I have basically a Phillips screwdriver. This one's way bigger than you need, but it's the only one that I have currently, and so we're going to make it work with this. But for the PS4 Slim, what you do is you flip it around on the back on this left hand corner in the back. If you're looking at it from the front right here, you have this little kind of angled bracket that goes around the corner. And so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to kind of push it this way, and then this comes off. And then if you take a look over here, there's like a little, I don't know how to really describe it, it's like a little ribbon. It kind of looks like a cassette tape, like when the cassettes come loose and stuff. But here, yeah, let me get some light there. But basically you'll just pull it out from that. Don't feel bad about cutting it. The ribbon has nothing to do with actual memory storage. But before you can do that, there's going to be a screw right here. It's going to have a triangle, square, a cross, and a circle. So I'm going to go ahead and remove that screw real quick. So that's the screw. Got it out. Now I could flip this over, pull this out by the ribbon. And there's the hard drive in its tray. So now we can set the PS4 aside and work just solely on this. This is just like the PS3 hard drive upgrade in a sense, if you've watched my video for that. I'm just going to take out 4 screws on each side, and then the hard drive is removable. And again, this hard drive still works. I mean, well, if you're changing it and it still works and you're just upgrading, you can use this hard drive for other storage needs. Like you can use it as an external storage or something like that. But yeah, so I'm just going to take this out and I'm going to put in the new hard drive. Now, if you have the original PS4, you have that LED light that goes down here, and then you have like a cover right here. Basically what you would do is you push down and slide to the left and that cover comes off. And then you'll have the hard drive tray kind of oriented like this, I think, or actually like this. And then that screw that we just took out is going to be like right here. You'll unscrew it, pull it out, and then you're at the same point. For the PS4 Pro, I don't have that, so I don't actually know. But you know, I'm pretty sure if you look it up or if you check other videos, they might show you how to remove the hard drive. But it's likely in the back somewhere, I think. Like, since I bought this PS4, not a single disc has gone inside of it. Everything has been digital. And I think that's just because all the games were on really good sales for the digital counterparts. And I never thought I'd be an all-digital person because I really like the idea of having the disc and not being able to get screwed over. But yeah, so you see that we got the hard drive out. Still a little warm because we had the system on. But yeah, this is still a good 1 terabyte hard drive. You can throw this into a laptop or a PS3. You can kind of just, you know, use it as a hand-me-down. When the PS4 gets an upgrade, everyone gets an upgrade. Or you can use this as external storage, and I'll even show you like a little clear case that makes it look a lot neater too.
So this is what I was talking about when I was suggesting some ideas to use your old hard drive, the one that you took out, so that 1 terabyte drive. This is an enclosure that comes with a USB 3.0, I believe, cable. So it helps you use the USB hard drive as a extended storage for like your computer or something like that. I'm just gonna plug it in. It even has like a little blue LED to kind of show that it's on, so it's kind of cool. But yeah, you heard that my PC just kind of detected it, so yeah.
So here is the Samsung SSD, still sealed, unopened. So like I said, I got it on Amazon, about 400 bucks. I bought it with my own cash. So I gotta break the seal to get it out, is what it looks like. Let me see if I can find something real quick. I'll be right back. Alright, so I'm gonna use my key. So I just want to be careful because I don't want to hurt the SSD inside. I think that did it though. Alright, so open it up. Let's take a look. Okay, it looks like we got it's pretty straightforward, just some paperwork. And then the drive itself, and that looks really clean. Let's go take it out. Okay, 70 QVO. It's pretty cold too. So it's going to be a lot thinner. So definitely a lot more lightweight than the hard drive. So I believe the drive was oriented like this, to where the kind of connecting port area on the drive will fit here like that. So let's go ahead and try to get the screws in. It's gonna sit a lot lower, so it seems like the screws don't line up because this drive is way thinner, but you're just gonna have to have it kind of levitate a little bit until the screens are put in. Until the screws are put in. So let's get those in by hand first to kind of hold it in place. Alright, so now we're just going to basically put this back in, make sure we hear it connect. There we go. Yeah, so this looks right. I'm not sure how well you'll be able to see it on video, but you can see where it needs to connect. Maybe it won't really show here, but yeah, you'll see where it needs to connect and you'll be able to line it up that way. So this is going to go in like this into the PS4, and it's in nice and firm, and then we put the screw back on right here. Again, this doesn't have to be too tight, it just needs to be there to hold it in place. And then I'll put this plastic piece back on. And this just snaps into place. Alright, cool. So now what's going to happen is we're going to hook this back up. The PS4 is going to format the drive, and then it's going to install the firmware. And when it does that, that's where this comes in. So first, this is where the firmware is downloaded. We just did that on the computer. We're going to put this one in, and we're going to help install the firmware onto the system. Once that's done, you can get started with the PS4, but it's going to be like it's a brand new PS4. Then we can use the backup flash drive to restore all the stuff that we had on it that we backed up earlier. So that's what this is for. If you skip this step, then you don't have to worry about that. You just start it fresh. We're still going to have to go into PSN, sign in, and download all our games, but not that big of a price, I guess. So let's go ahead and hook this back up.
So now I'm going to turn on the PS4. I hooked it all up. So you notice that it'll start up in safe mode. It's going to ask me to connect a controller with a USB cable connected to it. So I'm just going to connect that. And then I'm going to press the PS button. Now it says connect a USB storage device that contains the update file for reinstallation for version 8 or later. You can download the update file from PlayStation.com. So that's where this red USB is going to come in. This is the firmware USB. This is where we downloaded the PS4 update.pup file, the 1 gig. It was about 1 gig in size. We put it in PS4 update, and then we put that there. So I'm going to go ahead and hook that up to the PS4 and press OK. So I think it showed that message because I didn't connect it right away. I just plugged it in first. So let me go ahead and try that again, and if it doesn't work, we're going to format it again and do the same steps. And if it still doesn't work, we're going to use a different flash drive. We got to make sure we format it to FAT32 and we call the folders the right names. And sometimes some flash drives are just older or finicky, or they're encrypted differently, so you're going to have to keep trying. It may be frustrating, but I want to show this in the video in case you run into the same thing. And yeah. So here we are again. I already have the flash drive inside, so let's give it another shot. So now it looks like it's reading something. Alright, so now it says the PS4 will be initialized, all users and all data will be deleted. Are you sure you want to continue? Now here's the thing, you still have your other hard drive. You can always pop that back in and continue where you left off. But over here I'm going to say yes, and it's only going to initialize this hard drive that I have inside, quote unquote hard drive, which is really the SSD. It's brand new and it has no, it's not formatted to the PS4 type. So I'm just going to say yes. It's going to initialize this by formatting it and then installing the OS. Alright, so it looks like we're in our first setup after the PS4 got initialized. So again, I want to keep it the controller connected through a cable, and I'm going to press the PS button, and I'm going to choose my initial settings. So a lot of this I can just skip through because I'm going to use the backup, but some of it I'm just going to kind of set now, sure, whatever. So if you were just starting fresh with a new hard drive, then you're basically done here. You can just go into PSN, sign into your PSN account, download your games, and you're good. Go to all your downloads, whatever it is, set everything up how you'd like to. But what I want to show you here is if I go to settings, I go to storage, and we go to system storage, I'm going to hit this button again. You can now see that I have 3.58 terabytes that are usable. Yeah, obviously I have nothing on it so far, so once I back up my stuff, download my games, it'll be a different case. But 3.5 terabytes is way more than 800 gigabytes. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put the backup stuff on. So if you're doing that, just stick around, we're almost done. I'm going to go to settings, I'm going to go to system, if I can find it, there we go. And then I'm going to go down to backup and restore. Last time we chose backup, this time I'm going to choose restore. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to remove the old USB that was in there from the firmware, the red one. And now I'm going to take the black one, which was the backup, with the 32 gigabytes, and I'm going to put it in the PS4. Then I go to restore PS4. It didn't detect it yet because I just put it in. So I'm going to wait a little bit, hit it again. I went to restore and it actually recognizes this backup. PS4 Slim, backed up on November 3rd, 27.7 gigabytes. This might take just as long to restore as it did to back up. So, you know, bear with it. But as you can see, it says system will be restored with backup data. When you start restoring, the PS4 will be initialized. All users and data will be deleted, and then it's going to restore. So it's kind of a good point to restore right here because we haven't initialized anything. We haven't entered any users in. We haven't signed into PSN or anything like that. So I'm just going to hit restore on a fresh device, and then I'm going to say yes. So it looks like it's going to take less time to restore than to back up off the bat, but who knows, that number is fluctuating. So I'm going to go ahead and continue this video when it's closer to done. Alright, so that took a while, but now it looks like we finished the backup. the restore process. So now you can see that I have my theme. I just need to sign into PlayStation Network, and that way I can get my PlayStation Plus and download my games. But my theme is here, and if I go to settings, storage, you can still see that I have about 3.5 terabytes free. But now that I have my theme data again, that 1 gigabyte, I have my save data again, and I have the 25 gigabytes worth of video from the capture gallery. So that's actually what made it take long to do the backup and the restore process. So maybe back this up separately beforehand. I guess actually that would take the same amount of time. So either go through the videos, delete what you want, and delete what you don't want, and keep what you do, or you just use USB 3.0. But yeah, from here you're basically done, and you're just going to end up using, I believe, PSN to download your games. So thanks for watching. I hope you liked the video. Sorry it was so rushed, and I hope it helped. If you have any questions, leave them in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks.